The native languages of the Jewish community help fully express the stories in modern Jewish literature. Justin Cami, professor of Jewish Studies and Comparative Literature at Smith College in Massachusetts, spoke at the University of Tennessee last night on the topic of Judaism, literature, and scriptures of modernity.
There's a paradox of Jews in the modern period. The freer the society, the less literate the Jews in the library and languages of Jewish civilization. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you look at the Jews, the better off they have it socially and economically, the better off they are integrated into the society, the more politically free. That is, the better it is to the general lives of Jews and other peoples. The less Jews are literate in their own culture and own civilization and in their own languages.
Cami, who is both fluent in Yiddish and Hebrew, focused his speech on 3 different pieces of modern Jewish literature to highlight the disconnect between the faith and the people who represent it, including secular Jews. His main focus was on an 1894 novel called Tevye the Dairyman by Shalom Aleichem. In Aleichem's time, the Jewish community was searching for a hero, as Cami referred to it.
Heroes that are inauthentic will not allow you to create a new literature. So the search was on for a Jewish hero that could exist in Jewish time and on Jewish terms. So
Tevye the Dairyman was originally written in Yiddish, which Cami said was the most popular Jewish language in 1939. He stressed how important the language in the book was, as the main protagonist, Tevye, often mistranslates religious texts so that they, as Cami said, have a fresh meaning.
Isn't interpreted correctly, but that doesn't mean that it's incorrect. It just means that the text takes on a new creative power of its own. It's endlessly possible. And the mistranslation shouldn't be seen as mistranslation, but as the genius of the modern writer.
The translation of this literature from the languages they are originally written in, such as Yiddish and Hebrew, to other languages makes them lose everything, according to Cami.
Of course, because I think that the ones written in Hebrew and Yiddish lose the echoes that I was talking about, because people don't understand where the quotes are coming from. They don't notice the difference between what's quoted in the original in Hebrew and what's quoted in Yiddish, or they don't know the proof text or the anti-text. That's one thing that's lost. And the second thing to remember is that while Kafka wasn't writing for anyone, because he asked that all of his manuscripts be burned. But Kafka, ostensibly in German, could have been writing, if he was conscious of this, for a non-Jewish German readership. But
Cami spoke to an audience of about 30 people at Hodges Library and was bought by a coalition between the religious and English departments at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville.